Hi friends, welcome to GPSTR CTT channel. In this today class, we are discussing some important chemistry questions. In that first question is, you are having three test tubes X, Y and Z. X test tube is filled with NaCl, Y is filled with NaOH solution and Z filled with dilute HCl. To these three XYZ test tubes, we are adding a phenolphthalein drops to each solution. What color change will observe? That is the question. First, we have to understand we are adding here phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is a weak acid. It is a weak acid. If you are adding acid to acid, in that case, there is no change in color. So it is colorless. If you are adding acid to base, that is NaOH, you are seeing light pink color change. If you are adding acid to a neutral NaCl, in this case also there is no change in color. So what we will observe when phenolphthalein is added to NaCl in this X tissue, it will give colorless. When phenolphthalein is added to NaOH, it gives a pink color. When phenolphthalein is added to HCl, it gives colorless. So our option is X is colorless, Y is pink and Z is colorless. Let's see in detail. One trick is there. If you are adding acid to acid solution, there is no change in color. If you are adding base to base solution, then also no change in color. If you are adding acid to a base solution, you will get pink. In this case, when phenolphthalein is added to NaOH, in this case it will get pink. For respective acids and bases, if you are adding, it will give different color. Based on acid, color change is different. Okay, here acid plus neutral solution, in that case no change in color. Base plus neutral solution, in that case no change in color. If you see this, then only you can solve. If they ask in different ways, if you know this, simply you can solve. This is about phenolphthalein. As you know that in class 11th and 12th you studied phenolphthalein indicator while adding HCl versus NaOH titration. Phenolphthalein is an indicator which gives endpoint of the reaction. So this is the explanation. Second question, which among the following liquids are conductors of electricity? Vinegar, sugar solution, salt solution, distilled water. As you know that vinegar contains 5 to 8 percentage of acetic acid by volume. It's a good conductor of electricity, because an aqueous solution of acetic acid dissociates into ions. CH3COH is there, it dissociates into acetate ion, that is CH3COO minus plus H plus. So it is giving H plus ion, so it is a acid, so it conduct electricity. And second is sugar solution. When you dissolve sugar solution in water, it doesn't conduct electricity because no ions is formed in the solution. So sugar solution, it will not give uh, uh, it will not conduct electricity. And third is salt water, is a good conductor of electricity because it's an electrolyte solution dissociate into ions in the solution. Therefore salt water conduct electricity. And distilled water does not conduct electricity because it doesn't contain any impurities, means it's having no any other minerals, so it not conduct electricity. So our answer is A and C, that is vinegar and salt solution that will conduct electricity when dissolved in this liquid, when dissolved. And match the following. Here I will tell you directly. Iodine on wounds. uh, I think you have seen white bottle, it will come iodine, H2O to hydrogen peroxide, like that. Here iodine also, which is used for, which is used on wounds. Mercury, as you know that in thermometer they are using. Aluminum means food packing, silver color packing is there na, that is aluminum. And chlorine, as you know that it is used in water purifications. And fourth important question, in an activity, their teacher takes a small amount of sulfur in a spoon and burns it, and she then puts a spoon onto a tumbler with a lead. Ensure that gas produced doesn't escape. After a few minutes, she add water to the tumbler. What happens if blue red litmus paper are into tumblers? Here, in a spoon I am taking sulfur. Uh, in presence of oxygen, if you burn it, it will form sulfur dioxide. Uh, to this sulfur dioxide, whatever gas is escaping, you take it in a tumbler. To this, add water. This sulfur dioxide, on adding water, it will form a sulfurous acid, that is H2SO3. This sulfurous acid, as you know that if you are taking blue litmus paper, it turns red, and red litmus remains red only because the compound formed is acidic.